Welcome to another edition of Music Entertainment Industry Talk with your host, Don Padgett. Hey, got a wonderful program for you today, and we have a special guest in the house. We have our very own national, international recording artist, Sondra Busby, and she is in the house at this time, and we're going to bring her on at this time, and I'm so proud to have her on, and she's doing some great things in the gospel music industry, and we want you all to support her 100%. All right, welcome to Music Entertainment Talk. How are you today, Sondra?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing very good, blessed. Yes. We had some issues with Facebook, and we're back on, and God has blessed us to be able to have you come on today. And tell us about yourself and how you got started in the ministry, your music ministry.
Okay, well, there's not much to tell. I am Sondra Busby from Silver, South Carolina, where great things come from small places, home of Althea Gibson. Who is Althea Gibson? Our first Black female Wimbledon winner. Look in tennis, look her up. Great things come from Silver. So I started singing at the age of 5 in different churches. Well, I started in the Baptist Coalition, then my parents separated, and I ended up in a holiness church. So I have a little bit of everything inside. My music brings about a lot of things. It's Pentecostal, it's holiness, it's traditional, it's quartet, it's whatever you can name it. It's just spiritual for me. Like I haven't sang gospel my entire life, to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So my heart wasn't always with gospel. Nevertheless, as time went by, I always tell people I had to get to the point where my God had to simply chastise me. And that's just all too. You know, some of us learned the hard way, and I was one of them. Yeah. I went from Sondra having an answer to Sondra having to become humble enough and meek enough to realize that she does not have the answer and that I must yield to what my God's calling is. Yeah. So, you know, I was saved early on prior to 2017, but, you know, I did things my way. You know, I sang the song this way, and I'll sing this many times, and no, I'm not going to do it today. And I sang last Sunday, and but when the Lord got through, I had to sing a different message. So now for me, the ministry is 100% what God wants.
And we just heard that song, "The Place Where You Are," and it seems to God put you in the right place at the right time, and for His purpose. You know, a lot of times we think that for ourselves, say, you know, I'm not doing this, I'm not going to go there, and then God pushes us, say, well, you got to go, and then you go ahead on, and then you see the miraculous miracles that God has performed, in people's lives, and that's what it's all about in music, in our music ministry, in our dealer ministry, is about changing lives. And definitely. Hey, I want to shout out to all of the viewers, and I mean, so many are commenting.
Already.
And we got Dr. Bradford Howard Jr. on.
Oh wow, Dr. Bradford Howard.
Dr. Bradford Howard Jr., who is our founder of V Network Radio, and and so he's here, and Dr. Alan Black. Yes, from Nebraska. Yes, is in the house. Another aspiring author. Yeah. And so many are chiming in on this interview, and I'm telling you, it's so great. And we want everybody to share. So your music is so different. It's heartfelt. Gospel music is from the heart. You have songs such as "The Place Where You Are," "You've Been Good to Me," "We Need Your Presence," and I'm telling you, all of these songs are heartfelt songs. And where did your technical and writing skills come from?
Deep within. You know, I told another interviewer a while ago, and she was trying to figure out what I meant. But when I say that God gives me my own very purpose and my words, He gives me the lyrics and the melody to go along with it as I'm doing it. And I'm telling you, I can be in a conversation, I can be in my pots or cleaning my house or doing something different, and all of a sudden God begins to speak to me. I just wrote another song yesterday, all because I asked my husband the question. I said, I was talking about somebody else, and I said, well, I pray we are ready. I pray he's ready. I pray he was ready. And so then all of a sudden, there came a full blown song.
Wow.
So God just gives it to me, just like I'm talking to you. Some people say, "How do you know he's talking to you?" Well, it's that soft, still voice that speaks to you and let you know that it's me. But one thing about God, when he speaks to you and give you something to do, he gives you the tools to do it. So when I begin to write, he begins to spill it out. Or I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting there singing it out and he's giving it to me and give me the feel for it as well. So the place where you are near, I was in my kitchen one Sunday
Mm-hmm.
and I needed to be near my God. I had to learn to be humble. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, God, if I don't do nothing but hang on to your ankle bone, I want to be wherever you are.
Yeah.
Because I know where you are, there's my joy, my peace, and my deliverance. And so there I was inspired to write the place where you are near.
Right. And yeah, that's so wonderful. We got James Bernard Dorsey on, who's a prominent promoter in Connecticut. Is in the house, and so many are chiming in. They blowing up my message, and so when I look over, I read all the messages here, and so many. Yeah, and tell us, what was it like for you to record? We got other artists chiming in. Jerry Harris, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Yeah, what was it like for you to go into the studio to record these songs? And what experience did you have?
Upon my first arrival, it was about, okay, I got to get this done. He needs to tell me how to do it. It was more of like a job for me at first. I was thinking, you walk into your job on the first day, you're thinking
Mm-hmm.
about the duties and what everybody's expecting from you. And then at some point you make it your own. So at first I walked in there thinking, this is my job. I got to get this done the right way. I have to be like this. I have to act like that. But then at some point I had to remind myself once again, this is not about you. It's not about doing it this way or that way. Just go in there and allow yourself to be led, just like you're in the church and
Mm-hmm.
you're in front of everybody else and you feel bona fide that this is a ministry. When you get in these doors, because I prefer it to be in the closed room rather than be in the open room with the mic. I just closed myself in into the smaller room where I could just meditate. Sometimes I was in that studio and I'd be in that studio having church. The engineer and my husband would come in on the line, Sondra, we need you to calm down. Like, y'all just don't understand what I'm going through right now in this room. So going into that studio became a spiritual experience for me. I was having church when I walked up in there because I said, God, if this is a ministry, I need them to feel what I feel. I want
Mm-hmm.
everybody to be able to get something from something that I forget the melody. I need you to hear the words. And
That's
I need
right.
you to penetrate so that you would actually find and get the purpose of
Mm-hmm.
this song. Find something in it. Like, for example, we need the place where you're near. Some you find it comforting during their time of mourning. I
Right.
said, well, if that's fine for you, that works for you, that works for you. That's the message that you got. For me, it was just me crying out to God. So I need somebody to walk away feeling something.
Yeah, and you've been nominated for awards, and you've been nominated for awards. I'm telling you, so it's so great
He's
um,
awesome.
what you're doing. How has the internet helped you, get your music out to, the different radio stations and the different promoters and things like that? How has that because some people are like timid, with the radio, going on the internet, Facebook, TikTok, all the, and now they got Clubhouse, which is a vocal platform that everybody is running to, and doing their thing out there. How is it for you?
It was an experience because I wasn't timid by the internet. It's just that it's just not me,
Yeah.
And so, but when the pandemic hit, I realized I had to do something different because it was new for me. It was 2019 for me when I was releasing. 2020 should have been my year to really push, but things got held up. And I said, God, well, if this be your will and you told me to do this, you're going to have to help me. And so he kept pushing, open up Facebook. When I opened up Facebook and really got more active in the other social networks, doors began to really open. I began to find great people. Some people found me, some people I found them. And as you know, I'm very persistent.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So, so I will contact you. If you tell me to call you back Tuesday, you best believe I'm going to call you Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe. But the Bible tells us that faith without works is dead. And I am a true bona fide believer of that. So the internet has really been my gateway. The social media has really been my gateway. I've sold CDs by way of internet, just asking someone, would you like to purchase? Find me here, find me there, and let everybody in the world know in my area. If you see me walking around with that black bag, I have CDs on me.
Yeah,
So you just know, and I'm going to ask you, I tell people I don't discriminate.
that's
So the
right.
worst you can do is tell me no.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, your music touches the young as well as the old, because you have a sense of praise and worship in your songs. You got that nice rhythm sound, that nice soul sound, and it's so great to have artists like yourself be able to present good quality music. And I just want to show everybody that wonderful cover. I was like, wow, this wonderful cover here. Yes, and and that's what a lot of artists should look at, is that to bring that message, and then bring a flair, you know what I'm saying, a sparkle into your CD project. How is when you're doing your production of your CD projects and things like that? How what can you give some of the artists, the new artists, tips in the music industry? When you're doing your covers, when you're doing your music, is there any tips that you want to give the music artists?
Oh, sure. Other than just being led by the spirit and everything, your cover I felt needed to be for myself. My cover needed to be me. For example, that pose where I'm holding the mic turned to the left. If you've ever seen me perform before, I shouldn't say perform. If you've ever seen me sing before, that's how you know Sondra is somewhere else right about now. Because I would twist and turn and lean, and that's just me. And to be
Yeah.
honest, when a photographer took the photo, I
Hmm.
was singing. He said,
Wow.
"Sondra, if you want it to be real, you really want it to look like you," he said, "go ahead and do you." And so I started singing. And before I knew it, I was worked up in the song and I turned. And so it's just me. So I needed to be me. The colors, the very background, everybody that knows me know I love red. But
Yeah.
what I didn't realize is that red is not only just a color of danger, but it's a sense of strength. And it's who I am. And that orange shows dominance and strength and positivity and meekness as well. And I didn't realize until after I chose the combination of the colors that, wow, God was in everything, even down to the very color of my background scheme. So I would say
Hmm.
to the next artist, just let it be you, because anytime you're following and letting it be you and not trying to make your cover look like the next Tamala Man issue or the next Pastor Shirley, not that something is wrong with their covers, but that's their cover.
Hmm.
So let it be you so that your personality speaks. Your personality is seen. You should be able to look at your cover and someone knows that is you.
That's right. That's right. Yes, and I'm telling you, I just want to show that cover again. Yeah, I love that cover. You know, when we
My
received
goodness.
your music at the beginning of the year, I mean, because when artist sends us music, I literally listen to the music. And some artists I just listen, I'll be all okay. But your music, I mean, I listen to it over and over and over
Wow.
again, and it's like, wow. And we got you on rotation nonstop here at the
Thank
V
you.
Network Radio. And yeah, so what's next for Sondra? Um, I know you are inspired writer. You have a book, and can you talk about that?
Well, the book is entitled Understanding Life in Its Presence, and it's been out for a while. The book is not a memoir. What it is a guide or a key for us to know that we're in this world not to just exist, but to live according to God's purpose, and that to every season there's a reason. I've had people that purchased the book to say, Sondra, I could have swore chapter 5 you were in my house. And I always tell people that just goes to show you that we have no room to judge each other, because either you're going through it or someone that you know is going through it. So why judge? Why not help the next person? And my one key reason for writing the book is like what the title says, understanding life and its challenges. You have to understand your season, understand the reason for the season in order for you to conquer it. Because if you don't understand why you're going through it, chances are you're going to repeat it.
That's
So
right.
the book just helps us break down certain situations to say, hey, that is just like me, and this is what happened, and so to God be glory. That's it.
And Sandra, being an artist and in the ministry, sometimes it's a little difficult for us, and we wear so many different hats. I know I do, and it's like and then you juggling a family, home, and then church, and then being out on the road, with your work and meetings and things like that. How has it been for you to be able to, grasp and hold everything? And you have children also, so yeah.
Oh man, it has been a process that I had to learn how to juggle. And to be honest with you, I'm not an organized person. I'm pretty much last minute. I got to get it. I'm on it. I actually work better as last minute. I've always done better on test studying the last minute. My
Hmm.
kids have been a huge asset. My daughter said, "Ma, you got too much going on." So she thought the best Mother's Day gift was to give me my very own calendar. The funny thing about it is, I urged her to get her last year of high school because she has so much going on with her organizations and basketball. And I was like, you got too much going on. Write out on the calendar, keep yourself organized. This is what I'm fussing at her.
Hmm.
I had to eat the same words because I had
That's
so
right.
much going on trying to keep up with it in my mind and relieving our business and my children and school and homework and it was just everywhere. So
Yeah.
when she gave me my calendar, I was
Wow.
able to fully organize myself just a little bit better. She said, "Now just write it down." I repeated the same words that I said to her. So that
That's
calendar
great.
has been my help aid. So I would tell anybody, please, by all means, go get you a calendar that you can write and put your notes on the side and just breathe.
Hmm.
Because other
And
than that,
yeah. Oh yeah. Getting your music out, on the different platforms, and your music is, how can the viewers that's out here get your music? How can they purchase your music, your book?
okay. We Need Your Presence. The album is found on Amazon.com. Understanding Life and Its Challenges, the book, is also found on Amazon.com, Exhibits.com, and Barnes and Nobles. You can get your copies there. My music, We Need Your Presence, You've Been Good to Me, and The Place Where You Are Near. Those are 3 released singles, and you can find them on all digital outlets. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And to contact me, if not by direct messaging, you can email me at purposedriven26@gmail.com.
All right, and we got Beverly Stevens out in the audience. She says, "Good evening, hello, Beverly." And you want to give a shout out to Beverly Stevens, is one of our fans who follow us everywhere we go.
Oh, hello, Beverly, and thank you. I see the comment. Thank you very much. I
Yeah,
appreciate
and,
it.
and so many commenting out there. What's next for Sandra?
Well, like I said, I've been writing, and so I'm easing back into the studio very, very soon. And I have this coming weekend. I'm going to be with Gerald Tyson, Cassandra Glenn there in Birmingham, Alabama, on the his national quartet showcase and show. And on from there, September, I'm going to be with Earthquake Entertainment here in Columbia again.
All right.
And I'm going to be opening for Pastor Shirley Caesar in Atlanta, October
Yeah,
30th.
that's gonna be a good concert right
Oh,
there.
God is awesome. I just don't know. And the way that happened, it's nobody but God. I was fresh out of the box. Let's say fresh out of the box when I was offered this opportunity in 2019 to open up for her in April. My mind just blew.
Uh-huh.
How in the world is this happening to me already? I just got started. And that's when God began to speak to me and say, I told you, just let me do it. The funny thing about it is I was in Sumter with her at a concert, and this is how I know it's God. And I was vending, and I was saying to myself, oh, if I could just get up there with her now and just do something. And she's saying something about Jesus. Oh, how I love the name of Jesus. And I
Hmm.
said, oh, my heart just fluttered because I love that song. And I ended up right there in front of her. And she was passing the mic around for people just to sing just a little piece. When I tell you I got bypassed every single time, I got bypassed every single time. And a girl that was standing right next to me, she
Yeah.
handed her the mic. And I'm looking like, wait a minute. What's happening? I walked away, but my little feelings hurt saying, Well, God, I said, well, I didn't get up there. And finally he said, because that was your plan.
That's
See,
right.
it was your plan for you to get that mic and you know you love that song. You probably would have done whatever and you would have gotten her attention and
Mm-hmm.
probably other promoters' attention as well, because that's what you wanted. That was your plan. But it was my plan for you to know that it's me working.
That's right.
2 days
That's right.
later, I got the phone call from Avery Entertainment offering me to open for her.
Wow.
I didn't even have to get on the stage. I didn't have
Wow.
to get up there and show everybody and just make attention for myself because it
Yeah.
wasn't God's will. And so I've learned to just operate in his confirmation and say, okay, if I told you I'm going to follow you, I have to 100% follow you. Because see, that would have been my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the miracle? Where's the confirmation in that? I got up there and they heard what they liked and somebody asked me to do something. I was
Yeah.
muted that night. He muted me that night
Yeah.
just so he can be glorified.
Yeah, and I was caught unexpectedly, to present like some awards to different ones, and I was like, wow, and I got Bobby Jones next to me, and all these big time artists next to me, and I'm like, and I presented my award, and then I came back, and they said, go ahead, present the other awards, present them. All
Wow.
right, I was like, wow, and so God just use you, and just you just do what you got to do,
That's right.
and let God use you. And yeah, I talked to one of the big, the promoter of that event, and he was like, wow, that was powerful. I was like, what? Yeah. So next year, Newsome Awards, here I come.
Here you come. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So yeah, definitely, and that was an experience for me also. And when I held up those the trophies that we got, I mean, I held it up for all of V Network Radio artists,
Wow.
because I was there for everybody. I represented, all the different artists, and that's on a part of V Network Radio, and we're just like a family here, and it's so great to have you a part of the V Network Radio
Thank you.
family.
It's an honor. It's an honor. It's an honor.
If you could give an encouraging word to any new artist, or somebody that may be going through difficulty right now. We're in the pandemic. So many are losing their loved ones, and due to the pandemic. What word would you give them?
Wow, it's funny that you say that because we're experiencing that right now. But I would say to be encouraged. I always say be encouraged because that's the best you can say. I don't want to shake anybody's faith or anything, but in all things, we are to glorify God and to worship Him. He did not ask us to be understanders, but believers. And so when these times come, such as this, all we can do is trust God. By trusting Him, that means you pray, you leave it at His feet, you get agitated about it because we're human and we will. You go right back to God every single time and just take it to Him and ask for strength and the wisdom to get through whatever it is that you're going through. I always say focus on your purpose. Find your purpose, pursue it, and the rest will follow. By that, I mean, if you're so busy seeking your purpose, God is going to answer you and reveal your purpose to you, which is something that we all have, whether we want to believe it or not. From the greatest to the small, there is a purpose for your life. Now, once you find your purpose, God wants you to pursue it. Don't ask the question if you don't intend to do anything about it. So when He reveals you your purpose, no matter what it is, you have to be meek enough to ask Him, but humble enough to actually do what it is that He wants you to do. And from that point, everything else will follow. Whatever it is that you're seeking, that house, that car, that husband, that wife, healing, prosperity, just more of Him. Once you seek more of Him, all these other things will follow. So just be encouraged not be distracted by the woes of this world and the things that can happen, but to stay focused on God. I know that's easier said than done. And I'm one of them. I've been there. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of going through something right now, but I have to remain focused
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the purpose.
That's great. That's great encouragement to those that's out there, because definitely it's definitely needed to those. And those are my exact words right there. Focus on your purpose. And a lot of folks, they don't even know their purpose.
Right.
But you got to be in the place where in God's for God to show you what your purpose is,
That's right.
and study God's word. That's the main key.
That's
And
right.
study God's word, and then you'll find your purpose in God's word, because he'll show you the mystery of the gospel.
That's right. Yes, he will reveal it to you if
Yeah.
you're in the place where he is near.
That's right. That's all right. All right. Hey, that's my favorite song. Mainly, I love that song for your vocals and your words that you're
Thank
presenting. But
you.
I love that guitar track. Oh man, who who was the musician that played that
His
for
the
you?
guitar, my guitarist is Mr. Jerome Lloyd. He's a
All
local.
right.
Yes, he's local here. I grew up under his ministry, and when I started, I said I gotta find him. And
All
so
right.
he didn't hesitate. He was there with me as much as he could have been. So, and on my keys is Brian Dangle, when I went to high school with, and he's super supportive. They began to know my sound. I
Yeah.
don't write music. I
Yeah.
can't read it. It's a different language. So
Right.
when I say I walk into the studio and I just sang the song and say, y'all pick it up, that's what they have to do.
Yeah.
No,
That is
don't
so
just do
wonderful.
that, but pick it up.
Yeah, and also I want to give a shout out to your husband and your children who is right by your side, because when we follow your Facebook posts and things like that, I say yes, yes, that's great to see family supporting one another and not being so jealous of one another. You
Oh
know.
man, my family is so supportive, and I have the greatest husband in the world. He's not, you're not gonna cross him, but he is very respectful, and he understands that. He understands, it's not like, move out the way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
and it takes a lot of support. And I make sure I acknowledge him in everything. I make sure he knows what I'm doing. If I'm on the phone, I'm talking to this one, I spoke to this one. And my kids are just right there. They're my little assembly line. They follow me. If I have a vending table, each one of them have decided on what job they're going to have at that table. One picks up the CD, one takes the money, one gets the change, or my little one, he wants to hand out the CD. So my
Yeah.
two older kids, Joy and Ariana, they'll handle the money. And my husband is right there just overseeing or doing what I need.
Everything.
Hey, can you take this picture? Can you do this? And he's my driver. So I call him my husbander.
All
Help
right.
me out. I need to take care of this. He goes, I got you. So I
All
thank
right.
God for the support of my husband. Joey Busby Sr. He is the greatest right now. I couldn't do it without, other than God, of course.
All
I couldn't do
right.
it without his support for sure, because that support
Mm-hmm.
means a whole lot. I don't have the headache of a lot of people. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Now, if we have, because we have so many promoters out here, that's watching this live. If they wanted to book you, Sandra, for a concert, how would they book you?
Well, we can start with just a DM message or email me at purposedriven26@gmail.com, or they can contact you as well. Yeah, I'm very private when it comes to numbers and everything.
Okay.
So find me directly, or they can go through you or DM or email me at purposedriven26@gmail.com.
Yeah, and if we have any promoters out here, yeah, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll definitely forward the message to Sandra for a booking. We love to, yeah, because we love to get our VIP right there and be right with you, and we
I
love to
appreciate it.
travel. Yeah, if I can get that VIP to Atlanta, that'd be great.
Was that a hint?
Yeah, it'd be wonderful. And that Atlanta airport now, that is a huge airport. Yeah, and
Wow.
one of the things is Atlanta. I love Atlanta because they got the sky trains that let you off right there at the hotels and things like that, and it's great. And they're up to date and up to speed in Atlanta. They got it. They got it going in Atlanta.
We got it going on.
Yeah, yeah. When you get there, you're gonna be like, wow. Yeah, their
Wow.
their airport is huge.
I
Yeah,
heard about the airport,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll be driving.
Oh, you're gonna be dry. Oh, you know.
No,
Oh,
no,
I tell you.
no.
Well,
I
who
will be
knows?
driving.
Who knows? You might be flying first class. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's so great. But yeah, thank you, Sandra, for accepting the invitation. to be right with us here at the V Network Radio. I know you're so busy doing some great things in the gospel music industry. Continue to uphold the gospel of Jesus Christ through music and through ministry, and just continue to do it up. Because when we see our V Network Radio artists, doing great, that means that we're doing something good here at the V Network Radio.
That's
All
right.
right.
That's right. That's right. And I appreciate everything that you've done. Like I told you before we came on, a lot of people say, I'm playing, I'm playing, I'm playing, I'm going to play it. But when I see the proof, when you post it, the urban, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew he was playing it, but really playing it that much. So I really appreciate, and whoever's on this line, I don't know if you one of my stations, I really appreciate everybody to the fullest, because you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. I'm no one big. I just really appreciate you allowing my ministry to be on your great platform.
Thank you, and we look forward to the BDS charts coming up soon. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And those artists that's out there, I just want to say that, hey, continue sending us your music. We'd love to continue spending your music, and we report every Monday to to DJs and station owners all over the world. And then when we present our gospel artists to them, they'd be like, wow, and they have other genres of music also that plays, but this the gospel music. They love to talk about the gospel music, and I just want to say that artists. Here's the thing: be a light everywhere you go, because there are other artists in other genres of music. They've been in the ministry. They've just went over into the other side and sung different genres of music,
Right.
but they're still singing. But you never know how you can touch that individual
That's right.
in their lives by your music ministry, and just continue to do the work that God has told you to do. And those that are not in the realm, they'll be compelled to come in and
That's it.
come back.
That's it.
And one of the things is that we also started CT Jams Gospel. So those of you that's on the other side, just come on over. You get a flair of gospel too. So that'd be great. So if you want 24-hour gospel, V Network Radio, other CT Jams. All right. All right. All right. Thank you all. And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have the new gospel times will be with us on tomorrow night, 8:00 p.m. Come on out. And I'm telling you, we're going to have another grand time in the Lord, the weekend special. Yeah. So, yep. Thank you, Sondra, again, and God bless. Take care, everybody, and see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. All right. All right. Y'all heard it right here. And don't forget, tomorrow night, we're going to be back in the house. We're going to have the new gospel times will be with us tomorrow night at 8:00 p.m. And you don't want to miss this extravaganza interview with the new gospel times. Yes. Tomorrow, bring it on, bring it back. And I'm so happy to be back with you. I took a little break after going to Baltimore, Maryland, had to take a break. And we're coming back. We got some new artists, some more new artists coming in. And so you stay tuned to Music Entertainment Industry Talk right here on the V Network Radio. See y'all. God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow night.